People of God, it's Sunday, July 17th. Good day, amazing people. Good day, amazing people. Welcome back to AM Sundays. I am Camelia Hill. I'm your host, where we live your mindset with the word and a pinch of emotional intelligence. Disclaimer here. I am sharing snippets, food for thought, something to help you process or to just reflect on throughout your week. I am so grateful for all of you. Come on in, people of God. Come on in. I am so grateful for all of you, and especially for those that watch and leave comments. It is our roll call. It's the roll call for AM Sundays when you watch and you leave your comments, and I read your comments. And so a lot of them bless me. Thank you so much for those of you that leave them. I appreciate you. It is July 17th. I got to say this. I must say this. It is the day before my national holiday. I'm excited about it. I'm excited that the Lord is allowing me. The Lord says the same. Tomorrow will be my national holiday, July 18th, to be exact. July 18th. July 18th. So we have been talking about thoughts become things, and we want to stay in that area this morning. We want to stay in that area on this morning. I thought about as I was in my reading, thinking about the thing that we have. I thought about Naomi. Naomi is in the book of Ruth. And oftentimes you hear people talk about how Ruth. Um, found her Boaz because she was attached to Naomi. But there's a slight different thing here. I want to give a little backdrop if that's okay. We understand in Ruth, the first chapter, that Naomi loses her husband and then she loses her sons. And not only that, but she's living as a refugee in a foreign country. So she's no longer in her homeland. Naomi decides she's lost everything because she's processing. I lost my husband, I lost my sons, and I'm in this land. Her mind and her thoughts are spinning. And so she decides she's going to go back to Israel. And when she gets there, she's angry. And she's ready to give up on life. And we're going to read about that shortly. But even in the midst of this, she had two daughter-in-laws, and only one dedicated her life uh, to to Naomi, and that was Ruth. Uh, Ruth wasn't enough to keep uh, Naomi from venting her deep hurt to everyone. So, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So those things that were on her heart, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so those things that were on her heart proceeded out of her mouth. Thoughts become things, and they always say, "Be careful what you put out in the spirit." And so I want to look at this morning. I want to look at Ruth, the first chapter, right? Ruth, the first chapter, and then I want to go to the 20 through the 21st verse. And if you're reading along with me, I'm reading from the English Standard Bible, and it says, "She said to them, 'Do not call me Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me.'" 21 says, "And I went away full, and the Lord has brought me back empty. Why call me Naomi when the Lord has testified against me and the Almighty has brought calamity upon me?" There's so much pain in what we read here. And she has not got this download from the Lord, but she's gotten this download from her thoughts. And so it is with us. Oftentimes, when life hits us, we begin to speak out of our mouth the things that we see. But the Bible declares, "For our ways are not his ways, and our thoughts are not his thoughts." And so we find here that Naomi is speaking from a place of pain, a place of hurt. She's human. We understand that. But even in the midst of her being human, she is yet a woman of God. She is a woman of Christian faith. And so the Bible says that we have hope in Jesus. And so In the midst of all of this, she's not speaking as though she's a woman of faith, but she's speaking as a woman who does not know God and does not understand He exists. And if the natural mind would process this, one would say, well, she lost her husband and she lost her sons. But even in the midst of this, Naomi has almost declared war on the power of the living God. Why would we say that? Because what's coming out of her mouth has power. And that thing is pushing out a bunch of negative and evil things that are not becoming, mhm, that are not even in the place of Naomi, of what we know of her, what we may be familiar of with her, right? And so we find here, as she does this, um, that she is speaking all of this around that dedicated daughter in law that wanted to be with her and grow with her. Hmm. I need somebody right now to type in the comments section. This thing is trying to get the best of me. This thing is trying to get the best of me. I find it interesting that Naomi was able to speak all of these things, but the pause did not come about until Ruth, the pagan woman, the woman that was not in Christendom, came about and began to speak life into her. Our thoughts become things. And oftentimes, because we're human, these things pull us away from what we know of God and what we see of God. But in this story, we find that it was a pagan woman that helped the Christian woman get herself back to God. How interesting is that? My prayer for you is that even in the midst of your thoughts overtaking you, almost took her that she would go back on her faith, almost took her away from the will. But the Lord allowed Ruth to come in and be a light to her, to be a strength to her, to be an encourager to her. People of God, it's important for us to understand when events come in our life and when we feel it's trying to get the best of us, perhaps we should stand still. Not just stand still, but perhaps we should still away for a moment and begin to process the rationale or the rationale of the thoughts that we're spewing out. Pain is a heavy place, but what we bring out of our mouth is even heavier because it carries so much weight. Thank God that Ruth was there when Naomi needed her. My prayer is that as we go through life and as life hits us and things hit us, that we'll be able to find solace not in the thoughts that have us overtaking what we know of God, but we'll find peace, we'll find comfort in the things that the Lord places before us. People of God, I need you to remember that thoughts become things. And while you're there, understand sometime that that thought that became a thing is trying to get the best of you. But I declare and decree with you today that the devil is a liar. All right, people of God. I pray that you have this episode has blessed you, has strengthened your mind and your thought. And if not, someone you know that needs it, share it with them. If it has blessed you, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It blesses this ministry more than you will ever know. Thank you so much to those reactions. God bless you. And people of God, it's been a great time of fellowship. Yes, it has. It has. I've enjoyed it. Listen, the Lord said the same. I will see you all on next week. Remember, thoughts become things. And don't let that thing get the best of you. I love you.